Hey, Mommy, welcome to the Mami Collective podcast. I'm Paulina Roe, and this is your space, the No BS All Vibes podcast for ambitious moms who know that motherhood and big dreams go hand in hand. Whether you're killing it in the boardroom, hustling on your side gig, or just trying to get through the day without reheating your coffee for the third time, and yes, girl, we've all been there, this is the place for you. We're here to flip the script on the whole you can't have it all narrative, because spoiler alert, you can. Motherhood doesn't dim your ambition, it actually fuels it. And we're going to talk all about it, the wins, the struggles, and the moments that make you say, damn, I am really doing this. So buckle up, boo. We're diving into real talk, inspiration, and the occasional hot take to keep you fired up and thriving. This is the Mami Collective. Let's do this. And we're back at the Mami Collective podcast. And I have a really special guest. And I have to say, though, that I manifested having you on my podcast because I've been following you for some time. But I have Kelly Callaghan here. How are you today?
I am pretty good. Thank you for asking. I appreciate you asking me. I'm so excited. Like I said earlier, I was peeping your Instagram and your mission, and I am so aligned. Like, all the mamas need this. So I love this podcast. I'm so excited.
Oh, you made me feel so happy by saying that. So first things first, I came across your podcast, which is, I think is it the Sunless Tanning podcast or Boss Babe podcast?
Yeah, so it's Beauty Business Babe. So it's more general. Yeah. It's for beauty business entrepreneurs, but, it can be for spray tanning artists. That's how I got into the industry, is through spray tanning. So most of my following, the people that I connect with most, are in the spray tanning industry, yeah.
Yes. So one thing about me is I started spray tanning about 2 years ago. And that was kind of when I discovered your podcast, your page, and all the amazing things that you're doing, because for me, from what I saw, was that you were showing other women, right, how to kind of navigate the beauty world, which is something that I'm so not familiar with. So for me, it was a new world. Like, I do media, right? So I'm like, what is a media girly? What does she know about beauty? Like, to be honest, And I was like, well, I know there's a space for me somewhere. And I fell into spray tanning. I loved it. And I was able to make other women feel so good about themselves too, with just the spray tan part. And then when I discovered you and your story and everything that you've created around your business, I thought it was just amazing and so cool to have you on, because you also teach women how to spray tan. You've also teach other people how to teach. Like, there's so many layers to it. And I'm like, that's a dope ass chick right there. So that's awesome.
Thank you. I appreciate it. It's been so long of a journey. I just realized it's 11 years that I've been in business, and it was insane to see the amount of growth, but also, like, there's so many different things that happen throughout the entire journey that were good and bad. But more than anything, I think it's just a personal growth journey as much as it is a professional growth journey. So it's been really, really fun. And I appreciate you saying all that, because, yeah, it's been quite a bit. But I wouldn't change the world. It's chaotic, but I love it.
It is chaotic, but I love it. And you are a mother, and you have a son, right?
I do, yes. Brayden, he's 4 years old.
Oh my gosh. So you've been a mom for 4 years. So you're not like in the beginning stages, right? Like I'm in the beginning, so my kid's turning 1. So I'm like, ooh, every day something new I'm discovering. But I feel like the 4 or 5 year olds, that they have to be like a fun age.
Oh my gosh, it's so fun. So I did not really care to be a mom, actually, before I got pregnant. And so when I found out I was pregnant, it was an accident. But the best accident ever. And so when he did come, I was very scared, right? I was like so terrified, because I was like, what if I'm not a good mom? What if I'm like not attached to this baby? And in the beginning stages, it's very like different than what it is now. I would consider the beginning stages like 0 to 1, just kind of like very, I don't want to say easy, because it's definitely not, but like quieter. It's just kind of like, okay, the baby just needs to eat, it's going to sleep. And like, there's a lot of sleeping involved, which is really nice. And as you get into like this 3 and 4 year old stage, like, he doesn't want to nap anymore. He is crazy. He's like jumping off of things, climbing on things. Like, he's a very active child, but it's so fun to see him connect the dots between like what's going on in his mind, or the world, and what's going on in his mind, like as you're understanding things and being able to tell us like what he loves. So that's where it gets really fun. But I miss the age that you're at right now, because I just want to cuddle my baby.
I know. It's like so crazy to think like we're at a year, and then next thing you know, like my daughter will be 2, 3, 4. And it's like every year is so amazing to watch, but I already miss her even being smaller. I miss her being a newborn,
It's crazy. I know every single person on the planet Earth says like it goes by so fast, but it really does. I feel like I just had him yesterday. I remember having a 30-hour labor, and all of a sudden it's like now he's 4 and he talks more than like anybody I know. And we're learning how to do addition and subtraction and all of these things. And it's just really, really cool. It's like I love being a mom now. Like now, hindsight, everything's like, good. I am a great mom, I would like to think, and our connection is
You
great.
are.
And so he's the best blessing I've ever had, for sure, hands down.
Yes, no, you are an amazing mother. And you also are an amazing mother from someone like myself who has to say from my perspective, because when I see you, I see a fulfilled mom. And I think that makes an amazing mother, believe it or not. And I know with this podcast too, and my platform of Mami Collective, I really wanted to connect moms, not only like to show each other, right, that we can still continue to follow our dreams and build our businesses and do the things we love, but that we will suffer from moments, and I'm assuming we'll get into this too, of mom guilt and moments of maybe just, I don't know, not feeling confident in, am I a good mom? Am I doing this right? Whatever it might be. Am I spending too much time on the business? Am I doing? And I like that we're able to connect and remind each other and say, you're kicking ass, like you're doing it.
Yeah, no, and I appreciate you saying that too, because it's like not very often that I get to hear that, like you're a good mom. So I really do appreciate that. And I agree, like we need this type of platform so that way people know, women know that they're one, not alone, but also they had the same fears that you and I did before possibly like having a baby. Maybe they thought they were going to have to give up their entire life in order to take care of this kid and be a great mom. But you and I are proof that's not going to happen if you don't allow it to happen. You could still have your life. You could still be a great mom. You can have it all. I mean, there's definitely sacrifice in everything, but it is possible to have an amazing life and be a mom. So
yeah, that's what I say about parenting a lot, that it's sacrifice. I do believe that in life there are sacrifices, right? If I'm trying to lose, which I am, 25 pounds, the rest of this baby weight, then I'm not going to probably have the cake. So, and that's just my personal choice. I know what works for my body, right? And how my body responds to these kind of things. But again, I'm sacrificing the damn cake, but I just think of it that way in life, and with parenthood and motherhood, I don't think that's an exception, like there will be sacrifices. I'm not saying like what's right or what's wrong. I'm not the moral police at all, but I am saying like for me and my family, this works, right? For Kelly's family, this works.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, everything's sacrifice. Like even becoming a business owner, like that, I lost a lot of my social life because I wanted to kick ass in business and be focused and not be distracted. So it's like, yeah, everything's a sacrifice. So you just have to pick and choose your battles. But something that you mentioned earlier that I love right now in this season of my life is that I do feel very balanced. I feel like I'm still kicking ass with business. I'm still being able to be present with my son. I'm still being able to like plan for the future, have girl dates. Like we're having a retreat with a lot of sunless professionals and beauty business professionals soon. Like I like to travel. And for the first year, I would say probably actually 2 years. For the first 2 years, I really did feel like I did lose myself because one, it was COVID, right? It couldn't go anywhere anyway. So regardless, like that was done. But going into like this 3-4 year with him, like I'm starting to finally kind of catch my footing and realize like, okay, I don't have to be cooped up in the house all day with him now because he's a little bit older and I get to take him places and it gets to be a little bit more fun, or, I get to travel with him if I want to. And if I don't want to, then I have support to help me with that as well. So it feels really good to be able to do that.
I love it. I love it. Kelly, I want to dive into your story a little bit. I'm pretty familiar with your story. I think it's incredible. Can you share with the audience sort of where you got your start, right? And like kind of how your businesses all kind of grew from there?
Yeah, of course. So I was working corporate for quite a while. I was always a worker. Like ever since I was 16, I was like, oh, I want to work somewhere. I want to make some money. So I've always had that. My first job was like Papa John's. And then from there, I started getting into sales. And by the age of probably like 18, I started selling a lot of things. And I realized like, okay, commission is where I want to be because I want to hustle. I want to make more money. I don't want to work for, hourly, whatever. So it just like brought it on a lot of like motivation and inspiration. So corporate taught me a lot. It taught me marketing. It taught me sales. It taught me management. But, and it was fun until it wasn't fun anymore. I
Mm.
remember being around like 25-ish, and I was stuck in a cubicle with a headset on in San Diego. And obviously San Diego is beautiful. It's sunny outside, and I'm stuck in this dark ass like warehouse situation. And I was like, this is
Mm.
not it. This is not what my life is going to be. And so I was making $100,000 around that time, which was really good for that time and my age. And I loved that. I loved having the security. But what I hated was, well, one, my boss, she was awful to me. But also like having to ask for permission to live my life, like having to ask for permission to go on vacation, for example, or to take a break. Like it was so micromanaged. It was just not fun at all. And so I remember like crying for 1 week in my cubicle, and I just told myself, I was like, I have to get out of here because this is not it. So I quit my job. Thankfully, I had some money saved up, and I decided to take a break from work. And so for 18 months, I traveled around to Europe, to North America, South America. And, I realized like I had a ton of fun, but like I realized after 18 months, I was like, okay, well, I'm fucking broke now. So now I have to like figure out what I'm going to do. And I could go back to corporate and get my old job back, or I could do something I've always wanted to do and start a business. And I was looking at a journal entry, and I remember at the top it said mobile spray tanning. At the time, I had no idea what this even meant. I was like, I don't even remember writing it. So I Googled it, I did some research, and I got somebody to my house to give me a mobile spray tan. Literally like cost, I think, $60, took 20 minutes of time. And so my wheels started spinning. I was like, okay, you don't need like a license. Like you don't have to go to school for this. Very low cost to start up. Like seems pretty safe. So I'm just going to bet on myself, and I'm going to use my last $2,000 I have in my bank account and buy a website, my equipment, my solution, all of this stuff. And I started mobile spray tanning, like I think it was like March 2nd or 3rd of 2014. So it was 11 years ago.
Okay.
And yeah, and I loved it. It was really cool. Like you said, you get to make people feel good about themselves. You get to like connect with women. I personally love to work with women. It just makes me feel more comfortable. And I love just hearing their stories and stuff like that. And so over that year and over the next 2 years, I would say, I really went hard and started like working literally from like the time I woke up super, super early to the time I went to bed super late. I was learning everything I could about marketing and sales and really trying to grow this business. And so what started off as a mobile spray tanning business eventually grew into a spray tan class academy. And then eventually got my own brick and mortar at a salon. I got my license in aesthetics because I wanted to train people on skin, and I really wanted to be knowledgeable on that. And
Hmm.
then, so eventually, like after 11 years, now we have a product line called Sunless. We still have Spray Tan Class, which is the online training programs where we teach people how to professionally spray tan and start their businesses and grow their businesses. I teach people how to train others now, and I have the number one largest spray tanning event called Slay the Spray, which I think you and I talked about a couple years ago.
Yes.
Yeah, I remember.
Yep.
I'm piecing together the puzzle right now. I was like, I remember you reaching out. And so, yeah, I love it. I love what I do. And, that all sounds like kind of easy. It's like the very short
Right.
version, right? But I want to say that in between all of that, I mean, there was dips, there was lows, there was highs, there was losing of money, there was gaining of money. Um,
Yeah.
but what started off with $2,000 is now $1 million a year business, which I'm really proud of because we don't have that in my family. I didn't come from money or anything like that. So it's been really, really fun to see the creative part of my brain, like be able to come to fruition and like be there in tangible form through all these different ventures.
For sure. And when you were kind of creating, your business and just sort of like, creating just the space that you have created for women in this beauty industry, how would you say that you kind of like stand out, right? As far as, when they say like, what problem are you solving for your customers, right? Like where does your business kind of stand in that regard?
I think when it comes to the spray tan side of things, I definitely think what I did right was one, putting myself out there as a personal type of brand. So that wasn't really known of when I first started. It wasn't like there weren't a lot of like personal brands out there. Now there are a ton in the sunless industry. But that is one thing that really set me apart. And the other thing was that our training program that we created was brand neutral. So I taught on different types of solutions at the time. And we
Mm.
also taught people how to actually start a business, because what you'll see a lot is that you'll have like bigger name brands have these training programs that are super cheap, right? Like $50, $100. And what they're really focused on isn't the training. It's really like the back end sales that they get for their solutions and products, which is a smart business move, but it's not beneficial to the student, right? So like the student wants to know how to start a business. And so that with the minimal information that they're being given, they can't really start a business if they don't know how to with that information. So that was another component to our spray tan training programs, was that we were going to teach people actually how to start a business as well.
I love that part too. So you were obviously trying to show women, right, that they can create a business around something like this. I, for example, came into it without any experience, knowledge, nothing like that, right? I mean, I'll be honest, right? Because like I did media, so it was kind of like a random shift for me, but weirdly, I loved it. I still love it. I mean, I still do it in Chicago. I just rebranded. It's a whole thing. We'll talk offline. But I know. I'm like, because I got pregnant and then had the baby. I moved out. I had a suite. And I was like, well, we bought a house. It's too much, And I just had a kid, or I'm about to have a kid. But, 11 months later, we're back. So we'll definitely dive into that too. But as far as people who wanted to give it a try with you, right, and that you still mentor and coach and, having your programs, who comes to you for these kind of opportunities? You know what I mean? Because I feel like, again, me being random radio girl, I felt called to it. I feel like that there's got to be more stories like that of people being like, no, I'm going to do this and give it a try.
It is very random. Like, it is very random. But what I do see a lot, I see a lot of like newly single, newly divorced moms.
Yeah.
See a lot of single mamas doing it because it is such a low cost thing, right? Like, you don't have to go to school. You don't have to do anything. Like, you could take an online certification and get your equipment and start for literally, like, these days, like $1,500 or less, right? And so it's very, very, very easy, low cost, low cost, low barrier to entry, all these things. And so we see a lot of them, and we see a lot of real estate people. I see a lot of like younger people as well. So people that are in college because maybe they're in a sorority or something like that. But it can be very random too. Like I've helped nurses, I've helped men, so it's just, it is.
Yes. I know. I want to teach my husband, because I was like, wait, my friend who spray tans me and I spray tan her, she lives further away. I'm like, we don't always get to each other.
Yeah.
So I'm going to teach my husband and my mom. We're all going to learn.
Yeah, it's so easy. I mean, and guys love it because obviously, like, they see you naked, but also,
True.
but also, like, it's just, I think, at least like my experience, like, they're very, like, they don't want to mess up. So it's like very funny to see how like OCD they are about it. It's cute.
Oh my God, I love it. So you mentioned divorced moms, right? Newly divorced or newly single moms, especially, who can benefit from, creating a business like this, low cost, right? Low overhead. You don't even need a storefront, nothing like that. I mean, you can do it at your house, which I'm doing now currently. I moved it back home. Or you can do mobile, which is incredible. And then also you teach spray tan artists, right, how to teach their students. So let's talk about that. How did that come to be? Was it like a demand that you saw, kind of like people wanted to know, how do I teach my clients or how do I teach my students?
Yeah, that's such a good question. So I'm in a Facebook group called Beauty Business Babes. It's one that I created a while ago. And so we have about 14,500 people out there right now. And what I've seen is a lot of people actually complaining about their training course. So I'll have students come in there and they're like, hey, my training really sucked, or like my trainer ghosted me, is something I hear all the time. Or like there wasn't enough information, or people were doing online courses without having any videos and charging like hundreds of dollars for this. And I was like, okay, well, that doesn't make any sense, right? So I was thinking, as I was hearing this and seeing this from so many people, I was like, you know what, there is a need to teach people how to properly train others. And I don't think a lot of people, I think here's the problem. I think a lot of people do this because they just want a quick $100 or $200. That's why our industry has been devalued in so many different ways, but especially in the training program side of things, because there are free trainings, there are $50 trainings, there are $250 trainings. People who charge like, I want to say $1,000 or less for an in-person training, I just feel like there's just not enough information, or two, they're not going to follow up with their students, because the day of training is just a small portion, or at least it should be, right?
Correct.
And people are going to have questions afterwards. So there should be some sort of like follow-up support, like a month or 2 months or 3 months is what I would recommend for people to offer that support and charge a little bit more for their training. So that way their time is worth it. Right. And so I don't think a lot of people think that way. I think they just kind of throw together this program, put it out there, make a couple $100, and then eventually what happens is like they start getting a bad reputation, or they just find that it's way too like much work for little money, that kind of thing. So if it's done right, you can make a lot of money in the training side of things. But you have to be smart about like what your offer is, how you're pricing this thing, what you're doing as far as support for your students. So that way, like they can refer their friends. Like we're based a lot on referrals. Like a lot of people refer their friends, and that's been since the beginning. So I know that we're doing something right. And I think it's something that a lot of people just kind of just don't know, one, how to teach, or just the logistics of like creating a proper offer and all of that stuff. So that's how I got into it.
I love that. I think that's valuable information for people to know, because unfortunately you're right. I think the spray tan industry has devalued like itself, well, just because of sometimes the low offers, right? So like I might see this offer of, oh, I can learn how to spray tan for like $300, but like, is that really going to work? You know what I mean? Like, Am I going to learn? Is this, first of all, is this even real? Is this even a real person? Is this like some AI Chad GPT bot? I don't know, you know? But I also feel like personally, I feel like you did a really great job with not only making a name for yourself in the industry, but also creating trust within the industry. Can you kind of talk about that? What does it take to kind of create that reputation of being reputable, you know, trustworthy? Because I think those things are what sustain a business like yours.
For sure. 100%. And I agree. And so the first thing is showing up marketing wise, right? Like the more that they saw my face, the more that they saw that I was responding to their comments, the more that they saw that I was responding to the DMs, and how quick I was with like emails, like every single thing. I was doing everything by myself for the longest time. And so in the beginning, like thank God for ADD, because I was just like all over the place. And
Same.
I was on it. And so that built trust. That was like the initial stage of building trust, right? Is like, I see Kelly all the time. She's always on, like doing like lives and it was all video. Like a lot of the video stuff that I was doing was like really, really potent and really like good in terms of allowing people to get to know me and trust me and all that stuff. And then I think the second layer to that is like, once somebody is a customer, you have to hold those people. Like you can't just be like, okay, cool, I got your $200, $500, $1,500 on for like products or service, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. And now like, goodbye, like I don't need you anymore, you know, which right. I see a lot in this industry. So I think it's like really about nurturing your client once you get them into your world and you show them and tell them and appreciate them, because otherwise they have other options. Like they have other people that they can go to. So if you're not handling business and you're not like you're over promising and under delivering, that is not going to work. Like you're going to get a bad reputation. So we've always made sure to do the opposite, where we over deliver and under promise. And so when somebody comes into my world, my hope is that we become friends and that we build this relationship where it's not just like this client, you know, type of relationship. It's more of like, okay, I know you, I see you, like we're here together, right? On this journey. And so building something like Beauty Business Babes and having that Facebook group, and still after, I mean, I've had it since 2016, still like I'm in there and I'm constantly like posting and pouring love and value into that group. Like it's just, yeah, it's like, how could you not trust somebody who's like always constantly showing up, you know? So I would say that. Those
100%. And you do a great job with that. I do see, I'm in that Facebook group too. So like, I do see you present in every part of, you know, whenever I look at any, like your social media, obviously, but even on the podcast, like I know like you share a lot of tips and stuff and bring in a lot of experts in the industry too, which I think build trust too. So I think that's awesome. I definitely love it. And then what about when it comes to like motivation, right? And productivity, obviously being a mom and then, your career, your business, how do you sort of, I don't know, find your peace in all of it?
Yeah. So when it comes to motivation, I actually have been struggling with this for the last year and a half, I would say. Usually before that, I think where it comes from is like this idea for my business and like wanting it to grow so bad and like excited about the opportunities that the day held every single day, right? So I remember going to a doctor one time and like she was like, "Well, how do you feel when you wake up?" I was like, "I am so excited when I wake up. Like I love what I do. Like I wake up at like 3 or 4 sometimes or 5 o'clock in the morning and like I'm up, I'm ready to work." And that's how my life was like for a long time, up until recently. And so I had to question like where did that motivation come from and where did it go? And I think the biggest answer for me was like I love creating things. Like I love creating things and seeing things grow and figuring out like puzzle pieces. And so when I feel like something is kind of like at its peak, or perhaps like I just have been doing it for too long, I think I kind of get over it. And so that is where I've been struggling over the last like year and a half, was just like I didn't see the potential for much more growth. And maybe that's just a mindset thing that I have to kind of go through or get through. But a lot of the things that I've done have done so well in this industry. And I'm so grateful for that. But I think a lot of it had to do with like the timing that I came in and everything like that. Also, I mean, I work very hard, but yeah, I think the motivation just comes from like wanting to create something and see it grow like a lot. And so when it's kind of like mature businesses, they say after like about 3 years, it only grows like about 7% more or less. I think it was about 7%. It was a really low percentage year after year once your business becomes mature. And so I'm at that stage with all of my businesses. And thankfully we just hit that kind of recently where it's like, it like went really, really high, did really, really well, like year after year after year up until recently. Now it's kind of like more settled. And so I don't personally love being in that. Like I want to create something new now. So I'm kind of like pivoting a little bit, going into another direction. So I think that's where my motivation comes from, is just like seeing the opportunity of something like growing astronomically. Like I love to see things, do really, really well, go from like nothing to, greatness.
Oh my God. I feel like there's definitely going to be something coming for you, because I feel like I don't know if it's like year or 2 years, I have to like check your podcast again to see, but I feel like there's always something with you. You know what I mean? Like every time, like if you look back, like there was like you were creating this course, and I know you do a lot of retreats. You actually have one coming up, I believe, too. We can talk about that as well. But there's a lot, and I think there'll be something coming with you too, something new, a new level. Do you also because you talk about passive income a lot too, as far as teaching women how to sort of build that. Can you sort of talk about, for those who may not understand what passive income is, what that is and how you help women and moms, right, create that?
Yes, of course. So passive income is a way to make income without having to work so hard. So what I found myself doing was like at the salon, right, when I had it, I was working in there as a solopreneur, like 60 hours a week, easy, like all the time in there working. And I lived 1 block away. So if somebody called me for a spray tan at 9:30, guess where my ass is going? I'm going to the salon to give them a spray tan. And I had no boundaries, like, because I didn't have a kid back then or anything, so I was just like, whatever, I can just do it. And it was really fun. But so passive income basically came from me creating online courses. And when I created online courses for spray tanning artists to be able to learn online, I noticed that, okay, like this is something that I can create one time. I can put it online. People are now taking the course. I can literally be in Hawaii, which I was for my first sale online. And it was like $250 is what I was charging back then, which is like nothing. But I was charging that. And I was like, oh my gosh, somebody just bought my course. I'm literally on the freaking beach in Hawaii. I was like, I can make money online this way. This is like, it just blew my mind that this was a thing. And this was like before online courses were big, right? It was just kind of like in the beginning stages. And so after so many years of creating online courses and it sustaining me and actually helping me grow my business through COVID and through 2020, like all of that stuff, like where people were struggling because places were closed down. But now I found this way to really focus on digital marketing and growing my business that way. And so that was a huge turning point in me and my business and everything, because I was like, I'm just going online. Because 2020 is here. I don't have a salon anymore. I'm pregnant now and I'm going to have a baby. Like, I have to be online because I don't want to take away time from my baby. And so creating all of these online courses really opened my eyes to seeing, one, it is way more profitable to do that and create an online course and sell it. And you can create an online course for anything, like literally. Like you could do one on media. You know what I'm saying? Like it could be like anything. And it was just such a good way to make money, and profitability wise, it was so good because it costs so much money to have like a salon and stuff. And so I really focused on that. And over the last couple of years, I've been thinking of this pivot that I've been wanting to do, because as I told you, like I was kind of getting over the spray tanning stuff. It was still producing a lot of money. And so I didn't want to let it go completely or sell it yet, because I just felt like wasn't there. And so now I'm pivoting into helping beauty professionals specifically transition from salon owner or from, mobile spray tanning artist into online course creators. So that way they could still do whatever they want. Like if they want to be in a salon or do mobile spray tans, they could still do that. But at least they're still making money by creating a course, putting it online, and being able to make money more passively.
I love it. And who are some of the like beauty experts that they don't have to even be spray tan, but who are some of the ones that you look up to? And if they're moms, bonus points for that too.
Yeah, so just beauty people in general. So a couple people that I love, they're mostly in the spray tanning industry just because that's what I'm like very close to. So Christina of Blush Tan. I'm sure you've heard of Blush Tan. They're kind of all over the place.
Yes.
So she is so sweet. She is a mama. She just had a baby actually, so I'm so happy for her. But she's created something really, really interesting, and she's done things in this industry that's so different than anybody else. So basically she has a licensing, kind of like a franchise for her business. So she has Blush Tan as the business that she owns, and she allows people to buy the licensing to be able to open up their own blush tans in different areas of the country. So she's done really well with that.
Oh my God, I love that. Well, congrats to her. So she's a new mom, you're saying too, right?
Yeah, well, she has previous kids as well, but she just had her, I think it's her third kid.
Yeah. Girl, how do you do it? I'm just kidding.
I know. People have multiples. I'm like, I don't even know how you guys do it. It's insane.
Oh my God. I'm terrible, but I'm always like one and done. Because I just like know myself and my body and like my life. And I'm like, I think I'm so good with my girl. Like we are fine, one and done. I saw a TikTok that was like, one kid is chic. You're like, it's just chic, Yeah. And I'm like, I kind of love that.
Yeah. Honestly, if I had a girl the first go around, I probably would just be okay with it. But like, I wanted a girl so bad. And I mean, he's so much fun. So like, I obviously don't regret my son. So for anybody listening, don't think I'm like, I love my son. He's beautiful and perfect and whatever, but I do want a girl. And so that's why like I would I'm 38 now. So I don't know how much longer I have. But at some point maybe have a girl, because that must be so fun. Do you dress her up and stuff?
I do, but I'm also, it's so funny because I'm the worst person to have a girl. Like I admit it, like I'm not like Miss Style. I'm not Miss like fashion. Even like makeup is like hard for me. Like this to me is like doing my makeup by putting on foundation.
Well, like, you have like gorgeous skin. You don't even need makeup.
Oh my God. Thank you. You're so sweet. Thank you. I know. I'm just like always, I don't know. I'm so barefaced, like hair. I used to have extensions. We're doing a little break right now, but you would think like, oh, if you want a girl, it's because I'm so girly and maybe like I want to do girly things. But honestly, I'm not gonna lie, she's in pajamas most of the day. But when I dress her up though, and it's like time to hit the town, like, oh, we got like the bows and the hats and the hair, like. I know. And I made a joke too with my husband one time and he was like, are you serious? I'm like, no, but like maybe. But I was like straight up like, listen, like one and done. But I was like, if we had a boy, if we end up like having another kid, I'm like, I don't know if I would know what to do with him. But the weird part is I guarantee you, because he would be a boy, we probably would have that bond that they talk about, like the mom and son bond.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Because of course I love my daughter, and we had a bond. But anyone I can't talk, that has had both
Yes.
have said like the son and the mom, it was just something different. So
Yeah.
is that what you experienced? Like it was something like nothing else?
Oh my God. I love my baby so much. He is so damn cute, and we have our moments, okay? But I will say, in full transparency, he would prefer to hang out with his dad more than he would prefer to hang out with me. And the reason I think why is because his dad is constantly breaking his back playing with him. Like Richie, his dad, like he just is on the floor with him. He's wrestling him. Like, oh my gosh, girl. I tried to play like Ninja Turtles the other day, and I about passed out after minute 5. I was like, I can't. And I go to the gym. Like, I take care of myself. I think I'm pretty healthy, but damn, I was like, this little guy, he just like is running around and just like literally in some cases running around circles in me. And so I'm just like, I can't keep up with that. So what I've tried to do is like connect with him in different ways. So I'll teach him like addition, subtraction. Like I like to teach him how to learn, and he likes it too. So we do have like that bond, and we do have like a more like nurturing bond. I think like he's more cuddly with me and stuff like that. But his dad, he would way prefer to hang out with his dad. So
oh my gosh. Don't feel bad, because that's this. I mean, I have a girl. Same thing. She's only 11 months, and like everything is Dada, and she's just wanting to be with Dada. So I'm like, I tried, and she looks like him too. So I'm like, oh fuck, now I lost. Like I just lost.
Now you really have to have another one.
I know, right? I'm like, oh, try this again. Kelly, one of my last questions for you is, as far as the next couple of years, right? 2, 3, 4, 5 years. Where do you kind of see yourself? I want to know both as a business leader and then obviously as a mother.
Yeah. Ooh, that's a good question. I have been in my chill era for like this last, I want to say, year and a half, honestly. And I think I'm kind of getting over it. It's too much chill for me. So So what I do think is going to happen, I have a couple of ideas stirring in my head. One is like really heavily focusing on helping women grow or get into like the digital marketing. So like doing the online courses and teaching them how to sell that and all of that stuff, because that's stuff I'm really good at. I've been good at it for a very long time now. So now teaching all of my beauty professionals who want to work less but still make just as much, if not more, the opportunity to do that. Like I want to help them through that process. And then another idea that I have not spoken about publicly, but I think it's really good to think about and to like, I don't know, I already have the brand, I already have the name, I already have like everything in a branding board, like PDF, everything is ready for this thing to go. I just need to make sure I'm ready. So I want to create a spray tanning line of solution for professionals that is like as clean as possible. And I want to have like biodegradable like packaging. I want it to have like a meaning behind it, behind the brand, where we're like donating to different causes to help the earth and things like that. And so something that's like more near and dear to my heart that hasn't been done yet. And so I know that there are other clean lines and things like that. And I think it's fantastic that we're all going in that direction. But my thought process on this was like, I saw a lot of people who started kind of, and I don't want to scare anybody, but like started having kind of like respiratory issues after spray tanning, like spray tanning artists, right? Or like having like allergies. Like I used to have really bad allergies after I would spray tan. And so, and I still have allergies to this day. Before that, though, I never had allergies. So I am not a doctor. I don't know if that correlates. But what I do know is that it is not healthy for us to be like inhaling stuff all of the time. So I really want to have like a health conscious type of feel around this new brand, and even sell like good masks and give advice on like how to like properly like ventilate your room and stuff like that. So yeah, it's just a little bit different than what's out there, but I think it would really help like spray tanning artists and also obviously the clients, because people are going towards more of like a clean, conscious kind of like living.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, I think it'll be fun. I think it'll be like more of a passion project for sure. But I think it could be really big too. So we'll see. And then as far as the other one was like more personal, like mama.
Yeah.
So in the next couple years, my goal is to, and it has always really been to like connect deeper with my baby, like to do better than what I'm doing today. And I don't really know what that looks like. I don't know if that means, because I do spend a lot of time with him, but I don't know if that means like going on more trips with him, maybe taking him like out to different like museums and things like that so he can like see the world more, learn more. I just started getting these packages, these boxes called Learning with Kelsey, and they're really good. I do recommend them to anybody out there who wants to connect deeper with their kid. But like basically, it has a bunch of little things in there every single month. It's a subscription box, and it gives you the opportunity to like build things with your son or daughter, or go through like have them like write their alphabet and like just helping them learn while you're still like engaging and playing with them. And that is one of the things that we've been doing lately to connect a little bit more. But I just want to, I don't know, just have like the best relationship with him and to continue to work not that much and to be able to like show him the world and just be a good mom, be present with him.
I love it. I love it. And I have no doubt that all of that will be in your foreseeable future. I love both sides of you. And that, I mean, that's who you are, right? I always say like, I am mom, but I'm also, this and this. Of course, mom is my highest, title. I'm very honored to be mom, but no, I love it. I love that you're doing it all, and I love that you're in your chill era. That was very like that was real, because I'm like, okay, I kind of feel like I'm a year in of my chill era, which is wild because I was like, oh, I'm gonna have a baby and who knows. But I've been good, and I see that from you and all the good energy that you bring. So I'm really excited to see what comes next for you.
Thank you. I appreciate it so much.
Of course. So Kelly, where can we follow you on social? And of course, where can we check out any of the courses that you mentioned, certifications, anything you have? And then of course, you have a retreat coming up too, I believe.
Yeah, I do. So you guys can find me on Instagram. I'm on there in stories a lot. It's at @Iam_Kelly_Ann. And then also, if you guys are in the beauty industry, feel free to go into Facebook and search for the group Beauty Business Babes. We are on there as well. SprayTanClass.com if you want to learn how to spray tan. xtansunless.com for products. And kellycallaghan.com for the online courses if you guys are interested in that. And we do have a retreat coming up. It's going to be April. Well, it's more of a mixer now. So we changed it a little bit. We had to pivot. But April 28th and 29th, I believe. It's a Monday and a Tuesday, so it's not busy for a lot of the beauty professionals. But if you guys want to come, mingle, hang out, we're going to have I'm hoping to get like a DJ and a pool party going and all of these things. But it's going to be fun regardless. So like we'll have a little bit of breath work, a little bit of woo-woo, a little bit of visualization and journaling and things like that, a business mixer. We'll have an expert panel. And then the next day is going to be like the pool party and all that stuff. So I think it'll be really, really fun. And if you guys want more information on that, you guys can just DM me on Instagram. Yeah.
Perfect. Kelly, thank you so much for coming on today. I hope to have you back and then, of course, to keep in touch with you. So thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.